questions. May I have a motion to reopen to the public?
Make a motion.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll take it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
So tonight, should I take roll call, please? Take roll call, just, no, okay. Adoption of minutes, we have two sets of minutes, consent agenda items 86 through 110. All consent agenda items 111, 112. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, introduction of ordinances, second reading, public hearing, 3 ordinances, council reports, public participation. And we should do the budget hearing now, so we have Roy?
Yeah, Roy's here.
Do we have Steve? Who's
No,
Steve?
Roy's covering for Steve tonight. Honorable Mayor, council members, Roy Ricatano, our CFO, is here. As you know, last month the budget was introduced, and Roy will just give us a background. This will be the opening hearing for that budget. Roy, a few comments,
So Mayor, Council, public, so last meeting we did an introduction on this budget. Through the work of everyone on that dais, including Dave, Boston, Gina, can't even name everybody. It was really one of the toughest budgets to get this down. We're at approximately $135 tax increase on a home assessed at $680,000. Like I said, the police are intact, fire department's intact. The money in this budget is at the bare bones at best. No guarantees in the future, but right now we are fiscally able to balance this budget. The biggest increases, you read them in the papers, we're not immune to what's going on with the economy, with the 7% inflation rate. Health benefits was up 22%. Garbage is up literally 20, 30, 40%. We're very fortunate. Your administrator here saved you hundreds of thousands of dollars in his contract negotiations. Your salary and wages are 3 and 3. No one got a raise last year except contractual, so there's money in there, so full disclosure of 6%, that would be for 3 and 3. That's it. There's nothing else in this budget that's quote fat. With that, Mayor, I think it's time to the public, if they have any say, now would be the time for the hearing.
Okay, thank you very much. May I have a motion to open to the public?
Make a motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
And this is on the budget hearing.
Yes. Please approach the podium. Wait, you know what, you can sit down there, sorry, Mark. Go ahead. You just talk.
My name is Yubong Won-young. I live at 268 Highland Avenue. So what's the total increase of the budget from the last year?
Total increase is $600,000.
$600,000.
Right, and 300 approximately is going to be contractual obligations, health benefits, and pension cost.
Okay.
We have no say on any of those numbers with state health benefits and pension. That's the majority of the increase.
Okay, when I compare last year one compared to this year, I see the total, the increase is more about $1 million.
I don't know how. I'm telling you, it's quote 700,000. Let me give you some numbers. For the record, we're on tape. I want to make sure you understand each other.
See 600 or 700?
So, your budget this year is $27,913,952. Last year's budget adopted was $27,345,820. So I said roughly $600,000 increase, no million,
Okay,
not here.
so that's for the municipal.
Municipal only.
Okay, okay, now.
That also includes the library as well, which did go up also, but as you know, it's a wash with 1/3 of a mil.
Okay, so from your point of view, what will be the impact on our tax?
Okay,
135.
135 is what I said, $135 increase on the municipal level only, predicated on the assessed value of $680,000 home. So 1/3, again, approximate, will be below 680. 1/3 is at 680 to 758, please don't quote me on the number,
Okay.
and then 1/3 would be higher.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Or we- Yes, just writing notes. Yes, please. You just talk there. No, so I made a mistake. You just talk in your seat, please. Sorry about that.
Okay, my name is Youngmin Jung, 50 East Palisades Boulevard. I think when the pandemic struck and, non-essential business forced to shut down by, a special order from state and federal government. And at that time, one of the council members suggested to former mayor Christopher Chris about a decreased town budget. And then at that time, Mayor Christopher Jung he just released a public letter that he already tightened, drastically. And then some of the residents compare our town's budget with Richardville, Fort Lee, and Leonia. And as a resident, I want to know about at that time we compare about how many civil servant, employer we have compared to the largest and population of Fort Lee, and how is our budget and the salary of the municipal, employees and civil servant. And my question is, I want to know as a resident, what is the, a position of highest annual salary of the Palisades Park public servant, and what is the lowest annual income for full-time employees and position? I want to know. So can you tell me about highest, positions who get the highest salary among the, I don't know, around 200, more than 250 public servant employees? Which position is highest, and what is the percentage of the increase of the annual salary of that position? And which position is the lowest, a budget and annual payment for public employment? I want to know, but can you just tell us?
Sure, so this is the budget hearing, so we're talking about the budget. However, you did bring up about salary and wages. So I can tell you, as also a GFOA executive member of the state of New Jersey, which I sit on the board, I can tell you the salaries here are congruent. They're very, very similar to those in municipalities such as Leonia, Fort Lee, Fairview Cliff, so I could go on and on. In fact, the mayor had me do, a couple weeks ago, a survey of increases in municipal employees other than police and DPW. They are in contractual. So your highest individuals normally are your administrators, your CFOs if they're full-time, your tax collectors, your clerks, your statutory employees. Those are typically your highest paid individuals in the municipality. Your police chiefs, your captains, lieutenants, your sergeants, they too are the higher salaried employees under PBA negotiated agreements, which we have here in Bell Park. Any details you would have to open the individual. I will never speak of an individual as your CFO here or any other towns that I serve. You can open that, you can get the salary guide, whatever you need as far as an individual. We are at the medium as far as salaries are concerned. Is your CFO telling you what employees get paid? We're at the medium steps, if you will.
So I can ask Oprah, but this is last question. You cannot tell as a CFO. You just name one person high salary. You don't need to mention about the persons and personal information.
Well, like
what is
myself, I am the CFO here. My salary is approximately $60,000 plus 10 for a QPA. In my other towns, I'm full-time, I make much more money. So I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm asking about a Palisades Park public servant and employee.
So a public
What is the
service would be your PBA.
Yeah.
It's a negotiated agreement.
The salary ordinance will be established next month, it'll be published, everybody's salary will be in there, you'll have a full index from top to bottom, from hourly employees, just wait till next month, you'll have it. Or open it tomorrow morning.
Thank you. Anybody? All right, great. Could I have a motion to close?
Close the docket.
Yes,
No,
yes.
just close the public.
Wait, we're right now.
Gotta close the hearing.
You trying to get me? Can I have a motion to close the public portion, please?
Make a motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, great. Can I have a motion to adjourn the work session?
No, I have a question.
No question, absolutely.
Yeah, this is about the ordinance, our base salary. You know, the base salary ordinance 2023-4, that I got some, compared to 2022-11 to 2023-4, some positions, the number gotten very much different. So.
Could you specify a little bit?
Yeah,
to-
for
to-
example,
to the CFO?
one person, in ordinance 2022-11, that was, 171,600 to 228,800. That was the base on, November 22nd. And now it became 165,000 to $260,000. So I'm sure that this is just the salary guide, so no one will get paid as a high, limit. But, I don't understand why are we setting up, all these, higher numbers? Do you have the answer?
Yeah, I do. So as you know, salary ranges are established to keep the current salaries within a range. You cannot pay someone outside the range. So if there's a statutory raise or an increase or a contractual raise or increase that is given through a contract or a collective bargaining agreement every year, that number has to be included in the guide and a raise. So if a person gets 2 or 3 or 5% a year, statutorily or by increase, the range has to reflect it, because you can't pay somebody money, as you know, as a council person, if you don't have the range establishing that. So just because the ranges are established doesn't mean the person is getting that money. Again, next month, like I told your husband, next month the salary guides will be out and you'll see exactly what each individual person is getting.
Right, but then my, next thing is, I would like to convince, or I would like to give my rationale why we have to just keep it for 2022-11 as a guided salary, because we don't wanna raise the tax. And, even something that I got in the March or February, that was keeping the same salary guide. I hope that when we don't have enough money to do many things in town, why, the salary guide is all, unnecessarily set high.
Well,
even though
I
it's not
just
gonna be paid.
explained it to you. So the guide has to be established to keep the salaries that are current within a range. You will then do the salary ordinance next month, and then you'll vote on the individual salary, which will be in that range. Just because the range is established, you don't have to go to the top of it.
To the max.
Right, but then why do we set up the max?
So if
salary
there is a statutorial or if there is a contractual obligation which requires a range to be given annually, every year you're not setting that and changing the grade.
So 2022-11 does not cover, is it all currently paying amount?
First of all, I don't have anything that says 2020-2.
I do have it.
Okay,
So,
I have
yeah.
20-23, and
You don't have it from tonight though, cause I don't have it either.
I don't have anything that
No,
says
I got it
2023.
in, January.
Oh,
It was in the January
So
package.
that is no longer any good, because at the
Okay.
January meeting, if you remember, from January to here, there's been cuts. So those ranges have been decreased again. So you're not looking at the correct information.
But I'm looking into this, today's, that we got today.
So
It says up to 260,000.
that is the range.
Right, so
That's
my,
right.
my suggestion to the
Yeah.
council members,
Okay.
with full respect,
Yeah.
why don't we keep it as before? Even as you said, no one's really reaching
I can answer that.
2022
Answer the question, 'cause-
So the reason we couldn't keep
November
it is-
salary level, right? It
So,
says
Councilwoman-
it says $228,000, 800, but, you know, this person is not even receiving this much money now.
No, but what
Right.
happened was in January, we were using a flat rate of an increase. We all spoke about
That
that.
changed it, yeah.
But also in January, we didn't have some of the numbers from the state of New Jersey that forced us to make drastic cuts so that we didn't have a layoff of police, fire, DPW, any of us here. We were in dire straits, and I said in March on introduction that we had a tremendous amount of work to do. Councilwoman Pereira was at the meeting, Mr. Kim was there, Mr. Vitry, all at different times so that we didn't also have a problem with the sunshine rule. So we did meet, and we had to make drastic cuts. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in salary and wages, which we did to get to the cap, because we had originally had almost a $300 tax increase on a home that we could not sustain. The mayor made it very clear, there will be no 300 at that time. So we had to make these drastic cuts. The cuts are in the form of equipment, payroll, hires. We haven't hired anyone, I can't tell you how long it's been. So, you're right, Councilwoman, in January, those were higher numbers, but now they have been drastically slashed. And again, for the gentleman.
No, this was lower in January, and now it's higher.
Guy,
That's
It's not
why
like-
I'm going
it's
to.
not
God, not what people
it's
are
not,
getting
the salaries
paid.
haven't changed.
Okay,
Let's
but
go
I
through
have
our rules,
another
stop.
question.
Right now, we're going all over the place. I don't wanna get inside, we have Robert rules, I think we clearly
Ellos no saben lo que
make sure
están
that we
firmando.
understand each other. It has to go through me. Right now, I'm kind
Ellos
of
no
losing
saben lo que
it.
están firmando.
Look at me,
Ellos no
Yeah.
ven
so looking
nada.
at the crowd, you're asking
Son
the
unos
mayor to
malditos
ask. No, that's fine,
corruptos.
that's fine. I'm just saying,
Y
everybody's
se
just
tapan
shooting out, I
uno
wanna
con
make it
otro.
work.
Could you
Go
give me
ahead.
Mira cómo están vueltos las
2020
risas, esas avanzas,
executive budget number? Do we have an executive budget?
Yes, boy, would you please give it a number?
Yep. Budget adopted in 2022 was 27,345,820.62. Adopted budget 22. Adopted 23, 27,913,952.94.
And what is executive budget in 2022? That's my question.
Administrative executive budget was 965,000. This year it's 985,000, $20,000 increase.
Is that okay now?
965,000? We're talking about 27 million.
No,
No,
you just asked for the administrative cost, you know, the salaries.
No,
You gave-
Mayor, would you give me the total executive budget for
You just did.
2022?
He did.
You just did, it was
That's what he did.
27.
He said
Gave
it
us
was
22 and
965,000?
Yes, and now.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, you know, our, budget for 2023 is 27 million.
You're
And
talking
we
about the budget or-
executed
Okay,
965,000.
please,
Mayor,
listen, let
this
me finish
really
this.
should be
Let-
just her
Okay,
and I.
Please, it's fine, it's absolutely fine, but you need to understand, this is just an introduction. I hope that next time, before we get to the second process of this, okay, this ordinance, that you take your time to call the BA or the Roy, or anybody else has a question, instead of waiting for the last moment and start asking. It's
Actually,
cut
I
out,
asked you, Mayor.
no, right now, do you understand? Right now is not a very good time, you could ask right now, but it seems like we have to go deeper than that. After this is an introduction, you have plenty of time to talk to us, I hope you come.
Okay,
We don't
sure.
see you here.
Sure.
I welcome you,
I
alright?
wanted to know,
It'll be a good
yes.
time to figure it out, thank you. Any more? Can I have a motion to adjourn the work session? You can move. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Alright, let's, start with our regular meeting. This is a regular meeting of the mayor and council, and notice was given as follows. Notice was filed April 19, 2023, with the Record and Newark Star Ledger, both official newspapers of the borough. Notice was posted on the bulletin board Copy is preserved in the clerk's office. Gina, please call the roll.
Chang? Here. Kim?
Here. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
Here.
Here. James here. Kim? Min?
Here.
Park? Pereira?
Here.
Petrie? Mike Collins?
Here.
David Lorenzo?
Here.
Okay, adoption of minutes, December 22nd and April 24th.
Can I have a motion to adopt the minutes?
Make a motion.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Cindy. All in favor?
Aye.
Good.
Yes, but the councilman want to recuse on that, that was prior to your joining the governing body in December
By you.
minutes?
He's talking to.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay. That-
thank you.
Is that okay with you?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
No, that-
That will also
They'll
include
apply
Jason
Kim.
too, yeah.
Jason
Okay.
too.
Yeah,
Jason
okay,
too.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Thank
for,
you.
so for
Oh,
the
you
record,
passed it on.
Councilman
You passed the
Kim
test.
and Councilman Mid have recused
Thank you,
from
thank you,
adopting the
recused.
closed session minutes.
Right.
Great. Great,
Okay,
great.
consent agenda items 86 through 110.
Alright, so we have consent agenda resolution from 2023-86 to 2023, 110. Can I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
Motion.
May I have a second? Thank you. All in favor?
I,
Oh, I'm sorry, it's please, you got the roll call.
Can't do it.
Sorry, you got the roll call.
oh, I can ask questions now.
Oh, no, sure.
Thank you.
We don't wanna rush anybody. Go
Right,
ahead.
so agenda 20-23 for 104, it's a Lindbergh Field Improvement Project.
104?
Yeah. the
Oh,
that's
military
great.
open space.
So,
Please, BN, would you explain to her?
So we've
Thank
been
you.
trying to get, this is the second or third time it's going out to bid, no one responds. So we're trying to get a contractor or someone to bid to do the fencing and some new landscaping at Liberty Field, which is in desperate needs of it. Needs fencing, needs landscaping, some fixing up, but we've been unsuccessful in getting bidders to respond, so we're gonna try it again.
Why?
It's too small,
Oh, so we're
That's right,
trying to.
so it's not enough money.
it's not a lot, it's a fencing job and, you know.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Great. Can I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
The motion.
Yes,
Was
the
it
motion
ready?
is that we have a
No,
second, I just.
kinda
need
like
to-
stopped,
Okay.
because I did a roll call, I did all in favor, we have to do a roll call.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why.
Okay,
we're-
Jane,
Yes,
Kim,
Yes.
Min,
Yes.
Park,
Yeah.
Pereira.
Yes, unless there's anything to do with the police.
Yes.
I don't believe so. Hiring, should she recuse for new hires for the police department?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I
One of
am.
the resolutions that
I don't
involve
care what
police.
anybody says, I am.
And Petrie?
Yes.
Okay, and just for the record, I just wanna go over what she should be recusing on, so we're not.
Well, we did make a statement that anything that police, she will be recused.
It's 96,
96.
11. Okay, I believe that's it. So 96 and 101. Okay, off consent agenda item 2023-111. This is adoption of the amended municipal budget.
Okay, may I have a motion to adopt the off consent agenda resolution 2023-111, amendment of 2023 municipal budget?
I make a
that's the
motion.
second reading, now?
Second.
Is the second reading now?
This is just
It's a
introduction.
final.
Introduction.
It's a still
This is amendment, which means
This is amendment,
This
so
is the
we're
amendment.
adopting the amendment.
amendment.
So there's, it was previously.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Last
Okay.
one, yes.
Yeah.
So first,
Under statute, if there's any changes that need to be made to the budget, often however minor, you require a formal budget amendment, which is kind of an annoying process, but it's the,
Oh,
I
yeah.
make the
it's
motion.
the way it
thank
works.
you. Cindy made the
I'll
motion.
second it.
Stephanie made a second.
Okay, Jane,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Min,
Yes.
Clark, Pereira,
Yes.
Petrie.
Yes.
Okay, budget passes. Off consent agenda item 2023-112.
Great, may I have a motion to adopt off consent agenda resolution 2023-112?
Oh, I apologize. We did that.
We already did that,
I
I'm sorry.
apologize.
That was moved up.
Yep,
Right, that's
introduction.
right, that's right.
Right.
That's gone, sorry about that.
My mistake, sorry.
It's okay.
Introduction of ordinance 2023-4, establishment of base salaries for year 2023.
twenty-three.
Can I have a motion to introduce 2023-4? Thank you. Can I have a second? Thank you, Cindy. Can I have a roll call, please?
Jane,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Min,
Yes.
Park, Parra,
Yes.
Petrie.
Yes.
Okay, introduction of ordinance 2023-5.
Yes, can I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2023-5?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. May I have a second, please?
Okay.
Thank you, Cindy. Please roll call.
Jane,
I have a question too. I read it and it says, out of 240,000, we're getting $80,000, assistance from the Bergen County, right? And then still, the total was $233,000. Is there any reason?
Why,
That's, BA, would you like to explain that to me?
why it was 233 instead of
I don't know,
240?
maybe.
Consider why did we cover everything on grant, or, you know, like?
No.
What is that?
If 80,000 was deducted, I was hoping that would be 160,000, but maybe my, there's other like cost involved or anything, because, you know, our share should.
Which ordinance is this?
It's,
This is the
five.
2023-5.
Harriet?
Yes.
yes.
Harriet.
On section 5, it says, not exceeding 228,000, so.
So what's gonna happen is we're, gonna appropriate $305,000, I'm sorry, for Harriet, you said.
No, the one above it. It's, research.
Harriet.
Harriet.
Yeah.
Okay, so with Harriet, what's gonna happen is, the appropriation is $240,000, we're getting a grant of $80,000.
That's what's not.
When we go to bonds, that 80 comes off, so we're not gonna be borrowing that money.
So what it
So we're gonna
is-
save that money, Councilman.
Right, so section 5, it says not exceeding 228,000 doesn't really matter.
That would be the hard cost. That would be for the paving, if you will, and then the soft cost is the engineer, his cost. Advertising in the newspaper, that's the 220 cost.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Okay. Jane,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Min,
Yes.
Park, Parra, Petrie. Introduction of ordinance 2023-6.
Yes, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce this. Can I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2023-6? That's a good one. Somebody take it. Thank you, Cindy. Could I have a second? Thank you. Roll call?
I'm sorry, make the motion. Cindy, Min seconded. Jane,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Min,
Yes.
Park, Parra,
Yes.
Petrie.
Yes.
Okay, introduction of ordinance 2023-7.
Before I go 27, you guys know that we're changing. I see this as a monumental, proud moment where we're gonna start to show that we're gonna, remember our promise? Reform starts within. We're gonna be reforming ourselves. We're gonna show to the public that we're gonna jumpstart this. You're gonna see great things happening on the streetscape of Broad Avenue. Our pride and our progress will be there. And I'm so thankful to the council members, BA, CFO, DPW, everybody was involved, the attorney. You're gonna see some changes. Thank you very much. Please continue. So yes, can I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2023-7? Thank you, Jason. Second, by Petrie. Please call the roll.
Jane,
Yes.
Kim, Min,
Yes.
Park, Parra,
Yes.
Petrie.
Yes.
Great.
Introduction of ordinance 2023-8.
Can I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2023-8?
So this is an all-encompassing, this is an all-encompassing, equipment bond for replacement vehicles, and it's some, yeah, there's a bunch of it, police department, DPW, there's some new machinery at the DPW, and there's also, I believe, in here, the repair of something. So, it's mostly for equipment though, trucks and cars. And $397,000.
This happens depending the shelf life, the life of the trucks. Some of that 5 years, 10 years. When it's time, we gotta do our job. All right, so. wait, what happened with
Motion?
You're right.
Motion?
Yes, can I have a motion to introduce ordinance
You made the
2023? We already did, right? One.
Second?
Then we did did we finish with Stephanie?
We didn't move it, we just started discussing.
Okay.
Okay, Jane?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Min?
Yes.
Har?
All right.
Petrie?
Yes.
Okay, notice is hereby given that ordinances 4 through 8 were introduced and passed today at a first reading at a meeting of the mayor and council held on April 24th and ordered published in accordance with the law. Said ordinances will be considered for final reading and adoption at a meeting held on May 22nd at 6 p.m. in the council chambers, at which time all persons interested may appear for or against the passage of said ordinances. Copy of the ordinances will be posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Hall and will be available in the office of the Borough Clerk. Second reading public hearing ordinance 2023-1.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to open to the public?
Make the motion.
All second it?
All in favor?
Aye.